Hello, and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we're back in Vatug-ronk in the depths of Deepscrave. But before we continue the quest with Shúkurz, you will see that I am actually one kill away from completing the Troll Slayer deed. I did advance this off camera a little bit, but I still wanted to get the completion done with you. And overall, it only took me about 20 minutes to complete, so it wasn't that long, but I doubt you would have enjoyed watching me running around looking for trolls for 20 minutes, so there we go. Completed Deepscrave Troll Slayer Advanced. And let's see, because we got a whole lot of things in here. So, we got a 2000, a Virtue XP. I indeed switched to Zeal to be able to cap Zeal as well. And Zeal went from level to level 76 and then level 78. That's awesome. Zeal has been capped. And we got some LOTRO points. We completed 3 different deeds. So let's take a look at this. So first of all, we got a Troll Slayer Advance, 5 LOTRO points, and some Virtue XP. Now we have Slayer of the Deepscrave. Where is that one? Slayer of Deepscrave. So 10 LOTRO points and 2000 Virtue XP alongside other goodies. And so that's 15. And we also got Deeds of Deepscrave. Some extra points, some embers as well, and the Virtue XP. Well, all good. All good. So as you can see here, Zeal is now capped. And for Valor, we're only missing 460 points. So that's gonna come soon. 25 LOTRO points. And with this done, we can finally talk to Shúkurz, but we can also unequip our Stone of the Tortoise. So that's what we're gonna do. Once we've got what we came for, we're going straight back to the Dwarves. I don't want to stay here for longer than we need to.
With Shúkurz's help, you have made it into Vatug-ronk without a scratch. The mission is far from over, however. There is no telling whether your guise of being a prisoner will fail, or if you will even learn of Dhúrstrok's location at all.
Take a look, we also got the Jewel of Abnâh. Rísti, the greatest foreman of the Ironfold, has learned the location of the sacred Jewel of Abnâh. While the jewel has been found, it will take a skilled hero to recover it and return it to the throne. You should seek out Rísti as soon as you're able. And we'll do so, eventually. But for now, we gotta pose as a prisoner and see what happens next. Just follow my lead. So, this is the cave inside Vatug-ronk that we found the entrance on the last episode, and I also took a look inside. It's basically a tunnel that will connect the two ends of Vatug-ronk. Nothing in there on the landscape version, but now here we are in the instance, and we'll see what we'll find here.
Don't start a fight.
Will do my best. Haven't got a death wish, have you? Because I don't. No, I don't, but I'm confident. Even you can fight off a cave full of orcs. They'd kill me too. And then you have to kiss any chance you had of finding Dhúrstrok goodbye. Compelling argument.
I don't plan on dying in Gundabad. No matter what, I'm getting out of here.
Shadows shift in the periphery of your vision, but there is nothing there. You tell Shúkurz of the shadows you saw, but if anyone had been in that tunnel, we would have seen them. Now, I'll be jumping at shadows. Okay? Just keep your head down. We'll be in and out fast. Shúkurz. Boy, that's the bugger who set those traitors free. The one who rescued those dwarves at the forge too. Is that why you disappeared? We thought you were maggot food. Yeah. Been trying to catch this man. Well, don't keep the boss waiting. Hear that, man? Don't keep him waiting. Right behind you. Ha! Would you look at that? Oh, I thought you were lying. You captured the man alone.
I don't believe you. You don't even have the guts to stand against Gorgar with your buddies. I? Back down like the coward you are. I captured them alone. I'll prove it. Gather round, boys. Shúkurz is about to put on a show.
Don't take the fight too far from me, you hear? Or I might start to think that you're actually a coward. Shúkurz adopts a shaky fighting stance. His eyes darts towards your weapons, but he keeps a subtle nod. Don't disappoint me, man. I'll go easy on you, don't you worry. Alright, you've proven your point. What do you even want?
Alright, you're proving your point. What do you even want?
Truce over, get back to work. A reward.
War?
Tell Gorgar I found the man who bought his weapon supply and set traders free. Was going to march up to Gorgar and make your demands? Maybe you've got more guts than I thought. You want to know the way to Dhúrstrok? Well, here it is. But
if anything seems funny or off about any of this, you'll end up worse off than your buddies did.
and now that they've been freed, you'd better hope they don't come back to find you. Get moving, man. You'll make a pretty gift for Gorgar. Wait for me, Shúkurz. Light footsteps follow you echoing down the tunnel, but nobody's there. Phew! Well, that went better than I expected. I was sure we were dead meat, but you put up a believable fight. And look! We got up to Dhúrstrok. Wow, it's all the way up in the catwalks. Bet the old lips could take us there. You tell Shúkurz about the footsteps you heard on your ways here. He quickly inspects your surroundings. Can't say I saw or heard anything strange, and you didn't see anyone, right? I think we should be okay. It's time you folks let me go. I've had enough of Gundabad. Poor guy. You stayed true to your word, so I think we'll do the same. Ah, got back to asleep and everything. Awesome. Múta waves you over with a troubled expression. Just a second.
Yes.
An excellent find, Beriathan. Will be better equipped to sabotage the orcs' efforts with our own plans now. There we go.
Lord Náin left earlier and hasn't come back.
Lord Náin left earlier and hasn't come back. Pegli organized a party of guards to go search him, but they won't find him. You see, Lord Náin sent me after you to make sure Shúkurz wouldn't betray you. I thought it was reasonable of him, so I spied on everything that happened at Vatug-ronk. When I came back to give my report, Lord Náin, I gave him the location of Dhúrstrok.
Oh, I feel terrible for not realizing what Lord Náin's intentions were sooner.
Even if his actions were hasty, he shouldn't suffer at Gorgar's hands or waste away in shackles. Unfortunately, we have no information about the layout of Dhúrstrok. She pauses to ponder for a moment. Shúkurz, you have proven yourself twice now. I am sorry we distrusted you so deeply. Would you be able to go to Dhúrstrok yourself and gather information? Gorgar's orcs would have no reason to suspect your presence there. In return, you'd be free to take some of our supplies from the supply area downstairs.
Fine, I'll see what's happening in Dhúrstrok.
Pretending to bring information and that delayed weapons shipment should be enough for them to let me in, I think. Beriathan, could you send those supplies to my pals? They've been imprisoned for a while. Don't want any of them becoming dead weight on the journey ahead. There's a supply drop location that we use. Take their stairs around the pillar to the top level. There are some gates east of the pillar. Drop the supplies off at the gates, then give a whistle. Alright, I think I remember where that gate is. In fact, we did see it on our way here when we first came to Deepscrave. And I told you I didn't remember what those doors were for, but it seems now we do. Supplies retrieved. Gotta deliver the supplies. Yeah, I think that's the place. Oh, before I forget, we have here this necklace, some agility. We'll lose some vitality, but gain physical mastery, so I think that checks out. Good enough. Yeah, Let's do that. Defiant challenge, damage return, nothing good. Nothing to see in there. But then again, I'm holding off most of my traceries for the upcoming Warden revamp. I hope it's not that far away. We could use some love. Especially excited to see what changes might be coming for the blue line. I had so much fun as a Warden tank back in the day. And hopefully they can bring some of that joy back. Who knows? Yep. Here we go. A good place for supplies. Whistle at the supply drop. For a moment, you feel someone watching, then the sensation disappears. Gonna take the jewel. Back in the quest tracker. We're gonna get to that point eventually. We're really close to doing that quest as well, but there are still a couple things left to do in Deepscrave, so we're gonna focus on that for now. Oops, wrong turn. Always get confused a little bit here. But let them come. Dwarves will help a little bit. There we go.
Well, your friend's suspicions were right.
Gorgar's generals have got that name fellow locked up at Dhúrstrok.
I don't know what they're gonna do with that dwarf, but you better act fast.
Náin's trapped behind a door with two locks. The goblin Buzra holds one key and a troll named Gadh-and-Shum holds the other. Watch out when you're dealing with Buzra. He's one of those bad riders. Got an arsenal of explosives he creates himself. Gadh-and-Shum is a mystery, but there are rumors of him dealing with magic. Even his own kind thinks there's something unnatural with him. They each work in separate wings in Dhúrstrok. I don't know what they're going to do with that dwarf, but you better act fast. He didn't look so well when I saw him.
You've done your part, Shúkurz.
Fellow will see to it that you and your party are escorted safely out of Gundabad. Beriathan, it looks like we'll want a small group of people for this job. Rescuing Lord Náin will go faster. If you have allies who can rally to us quickly, bring them along. If not, we'll work together instead. When you're ready, take the lift in the northeast all the way up to the catwalks. Find Dhúrstrok. I'll meet you there. So back in the day, when Gundabad was initially released, well, the instances didn't release at the same time as the expansion as it's usual by now. So this quest stopped right here. This quest didn't exist back in the day. We had to wait for, I think it was update 32, maybe a little bit sooner than that. Maybe a little bit sooner than that, yeah, but in any case, oh my god, I took the wrong turn again. In any case, we had to wait a little bit to get the follow-up to this quest and see the conclusion of it, rescuing Náin at Dhúrstrok. So it's really good that we no longer need to do that, and instead, we just run straight to it. So there were a couple of quest lines in Gundabad that were not completed when the expansion initially released. We have this one at Dhúrstrok. There was a quest line in Quartermaster that suddenly stopped. Another one in Glooming Tarn that suddenly stopped as well. All that has been fixed now. As far as I know, all quest lines in Gundabad are now complete. So I'm also really excited to see how the experience flows now that everything is on its place. And the first glimpse of that is this one in the Dhúrstrok that we're about to do. So even if you never use the lift, the only way of getting to the catwalks is with the lift. So even if you didn't use it at all during your quests in Deepscrave, now you would get sent here so you know where this one is located. So we just go to the catwalks. Alright. As far as I know, there's nothing else in here. We only have a couple of hallways really, and the other one, this other end here, is empty. Nothing interesting in here. You would have thought this would have been a great location for a treasure cache, I think. Maybe a little bit easy after the quest was introduced, but since you only come here to find the entrance to Dhúrstrok, would have been really nice having the treasure cache, another treasure cache in here, so you had another reason to come here. But well, it is what it is. Now here we have the entrance to Dhúrstrok. You did discovery. Where is that discovery? Let's check here on the deed tracker. Instances, the mountain hole, discovery of Dhúrstrok, showing tracker. No, don't need to do that. Discovery, nothing interesting here, not a good reward, anything. So basically, well, it's the instance now, the first instance of the Gundabad cluster that we're about to do. Assault on Dhúrstrok. There are 3 instances plus the raid, but so far we have only unlocked the first one. As usual now, you can do this either solo or with a small fellowship. So we're gonna do the solo version, and hopefully this will not take really long. I think this is one of the short ones. Not the shortest one.
The catwalks of Deepscrave lies Dhúrstrok, the stronghold of Gorgar the Ruthless. Somewhere within these aging halls, filled with dwarf relics, Gorgar's loyal generals have imprisoned Lord Náin. It is up to you to free him.
Is not the shortest instance, but still can go. I mean, as with some other instances released since update 29, I believe it was, there are some optional things that you can do, optional fights, I believe. But well, other than that, it's all good. Now, we have some deeds. Basically, you just need to complete this on tier 3. Pick up the summoning horn. Yeah, I didn't see the horn, and now we're stuck with fighting on our own. And for these guys, it's okay. These guys are really not that hard, but we'll need the help of Múta eventually, so better pick up the horn now. And the quest will not advance if you don't do it, so use the summoning horn to call Múta. He doesn't have anything to say, I think, but we can do some fighting. We will aggro a lot of people in here. What did you say, Múta? Clear up the path forward. Lord Náin has to be somewhere here. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Fuck, we can try and do... Oh, come on. All this. Now, I'm not sure if the goblins and the trolls in here will count for the layer deeds of Deepscrave. I don't think they will, otherwise those deeds will become easily farmable, and I don't think that's the intent of the LOTRO team. But in any case, we already have completed those deeds, so we don't need to worry about that. So once again, the quest will only advance by following the objectives. I mean, even if you go to the bosses right now, you will still need to do this thing over here, which is climbing upstairs. Náin is trapped in here, behind this door.
Look! Over there! It's him!
This must be the lock gate Shúkurz was talking about. Let's hunt down the generals and take their keys with haste. You can barely see Náin in there, but there he is. Now, as Shúkurz told us, there are 2 different wings in Dhúrstrok. Each one is guarded by a different general. So you need to defeat the 2 generals to open the way to Náin. So it's really a short instance because you just gotta make your way to the boss, to each one of the bosses. And at least the solo version, it's really simple. I'm not too sure about the group version, to be honest with you. I haven't done the group version of this yet. But at some point, I think I'll need to if I'm planning on gearing up my character. But yeah, for the solo version, as always, you don't need to worry too much about mechanics too complex for you or anything like that. It's just DPS in your way through the boss for the most part. And you can skip a lot of the ads as well, so this can be done really easily. Here we have, you can do this in any order, I believe. In any case, here we have the first boss of today, Gadh-and-Shum, a 2-headed troll that seems to be dealing with magic somehow. I didn't know trolls could deal with magic, but we'll see what happens now with the guy. You coming, Múta? Yeah, I'm gonna need you.
Who are you? Have you come for my books? New friends?
And trolls who read as well. This keeps getting more and more surprising.
My books! Shadows pull. Shadows take you. Let me try!
I don't know exactly what these devops are supposed to do. Once again, on the solo version, you really don't struggle too much with this. Some ads, that's okay. Defeated Gadh-and-Shum. One key found, one more to go.
Goth mad! Take nap.
Alright. So here we go. The chest. Scattered books, what's that? Oh, a housing item. I had never gotten this housing item. Oh, no, I want it now. I mean, I still need to free up backspace to open the rare chest we got on the last episode. But oh my god, I want this now. Furniture and yard? Yes, please. Had no idea Disrupt. Now, I'm not taking this enhancement rune yet, because those runes have a 1-hour timer in which they can still be traded before they bind to you, but if you loot them one by one, they will each take 1 space on your backs. They cannot be stacked until you until the timer has run out, basically. So, where are you, Múta? Did she die? No, there you are. Stop doing that, for God's sake. Climb the stairs. Don't fall. Oh my god. The AI with these NPCs is atrocious. when it comes to following you. Actually fighting, it's not so bad. But having them follow you where you want them to go, oh my god. You coming? Please. I remember the other boss being the toughest of these two bosses. So, yeah, please. Now what I'm not so sure about is if the entrance to that boss is also here on the second level on the other side, or if we need to climb down. For God's sake, Múta. Ah, that's a really nice painting. Will we get it by any chance? No, this is the entrance to the other boss. Yeah, we have opened the way. Great. And that's the other boss. Dhúrstrok, the Wind Rider.
Would you look at that, Sheikh Moose? A stay of execution for that old dwarf. Don't worry, you'll all be joining him soon enough.
There we go. I mean, the troll had a bigger health pool, but I don't know. I remember this guy being tougher. Maybe I was wrong. He drops these bottles all over the area, so if you don't mind your surroundings, you can be overwhelmed by them pretty quick. Yeah, he drops a lot of those things. Sheikh Moose, where are you going? Ah! Did we kill the bat, or did the bat just escape? Sheikh Moose, we got a score to settle. Oh, now they fight separately. Okay, that explains why I remember this guy's being tougher. Now, I don't know if maybe the order in which you face the bosses will change the mechanics a little bit. That happens from time to time. That doesn't matter which order you choose, the second boss will always be buffed, so that you get the impression of having a curve. But I don't know if that's the case here with this instance. That's both of the keys. Let's hurry back. Let's see what we have here, maybe. Ascendant Lightning. Lightning type damage. Yeah, no. Really close. Had it been light damage, I would have been in, but I don't have much use for lightning damage. But that was it. Those are the two keys. We just need to open the gate. Now, I'm not sure about this because it's been, once again, a long while since last time I did this instance, but I don't remember if you do the bosses before advancing the questline, before you go to Múta and find Náin trapped, so you get the prompt to go looking for the keys. If you do this out of order, I'm not sure if this will bug out or not. Maybe it did initially, but I would expect something like that to be patched by now. But I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. Anyway, we open the gate. Just gotta approach Náin.
Lord Náin! He is barely moving.
I can see. We need to talk to you now, Múta. Let me just take a picture of Náin. I guess we were just in time to rescue him. His beard, it's gone. The Black Mattock is gone too. I'd wager it's been stolen or worse, destroyed. We can't linger here to exact revenge upon Gorgar. We must return to Asleaf. Lord Nain's injuries do not seem grave, but he has lost much. Quickly now. For God's sake, Múta, talk to me. Talk to Nain in Asleaf. Alright. I guess we just leave the instance. We can use the menu. We can also be running back, I guess, to the entrance, but this one works too. Talk to Nain in Asleaf. Alright, yeah. Gonna use my milestone skill then. It's gonna be so much faster. There we go. Yeah, you can see his beard is gone. Poor Nain. I can imagine how shameful must this be for a dwarf? Especially Nain, which had a long beard, and also losing the Black Mattock too. That's gotta hurt. Where's the beard gone? Probably the trash by now, but the Black Mattock, that's another matter.
I am in your debt.
I let anger overtake me and cloud my senses. It was unbefitting of me as a leader, nay, as a dwarf. I selfishly put my own thirsts for revenge above the concerns of the Gavilaka. He absent-mindedly reaches for his beard before realizing that it's no longer there. A tired sigh escapes him. At least I have paid dearly for my actions.
Years of bloodshed and bitterness may exist between our people.
There is one last thing I would ask of you. Years of bloodshed and bitterness may exist between our people, but I did not judge Shúkurz's character correctly. I would like to apologize. Do I know my presence causes him undue stress? I would not approach him myself if he did not wish it. Would you mind sending my apologies to him? Peli told me that Shúkurz and his party are hiding in an old home at the base of Buzra-salan in the north. I will not pretend such a small gesture will make things better, but it's a start. You do not have to tell me his response. I trust that you'll honor my request. Sure. I would also enjoy saying farewell to Shúkurz, so that's where I'm going. Now, in an old home at the base of Buzra-salan, so I will expect that to be located on the ground level, because I think that's another location you can visit on the middle level. In fact, there was a treasure cache really close to that location if you approach it from the middle level, but I think the location you visit in the middle level is actually something you do for the main quest. I might be wrong on that one, but I think yeah, we gotta go to the ground level. It's a shame. It's a shame that we don't that the map and the block don't explicitly say where exactly you need to go, but I think the text was clear enough for us to try the ground level, so that's what we're gonna do. And this is the location we've already been in, so getting back there shouldn't be a big deal. Had I remembered we had to come here for the quest, I would have left the completion of the Troll Slayer deed for this time. There are plenty of trolls in this area. see here some of the dwarves. So I don't think these guys were in here before. So yeah, this has to be where Shúkurz is. Musmak and Shulgolp. Who would have thought, right? This is another picture worth taking. Dwarves protecting goblins and orcs, of all things. Sokmauk, so I guess the other goblin should be in here. Yeah, Lumbag. What now, Shúkurz?
That Náin fellow apologized? To me? Strange times we're living in.
Yeah, tell me about it. It is not like I had much of a choice, agreeing to help you folks. But if he could find it in him to apologize, maybe there's something for us orcs in the future other than war. We'll be on our way soon enough. I wonder what's out there. You have delivered Náin's apology to Shúkurz. An uncertain future stands in the way of Shúkurz and his people, but they may yet find peace. This is very interesting. So, does that mean that... What exactly are the Depth's plans for the orcs now that the War of the Ring has ended? Because, as far as I know, that is something that Tolkien didn't set his mind on either, whether the orcs were redeemable or not. So it would be really interesting to see what the Depths end up doing with this. Physical mastery. Do we do all physical mastery? It's easier. I mean, I don't think we'll be using any of these essences. We just need to open them to free up some backspace. Finally, got the chest. But yeah, we just needed to open the boxes so that we could free up the backspace to open the chest. That's it. But I think we'll be doing away with those essences soon. The container does not accept decaying items. We gotta wait before we can save the books on the shared storage. Alright. So, we can either go back to Myrgrind and bring Stanley the dagger and the gem we found at the Berkbeam, or we can go to Citadel and talk to Rísti looking for the next jewel. Either one it's gonna work, but I think it would be better if we go to Myrgrind first, but once the Legacy of Durin, so let's go there. So that's it as far as the landscape content of Deepscrave is concerned, all side quests and an instance too. But I think the main quest is still gonna send us back to Deepscrave a couple more times. What have you found? What have you found? Stanley takes the rusted dagger and the dirty gem from you and eyes them carefully. I will clean this off and have a look, but I am not especially hopeful. Perhaps once I have scrubbed the filth from this jewel, it will match an indentation on the Steepset, but I suspect it will not. Still, it may have worth all its own, even should it not prove to be one of the Zabad'ibîn. Allow me to give you this rewarding token of our mutually beneficial relationship, Beriathan.
I understand you have a report for the prince. Do not let me keep you.
Do not let me keep you, my reliable friend. And continue to keep your eyes open for any relics that might be of interest to me. Got a tracery token. What do we have here now? Wages of Fear. Oh my god. Yeah, Warden traceries suck for the most part. I'm not a big fan of most of them.
You have returned from Deepscrave. How fares the Berkbeam?
You tell Durin what you observed during your investigation of the large cavern and the pillar of stone descending within it. The Berkbeam remains strong then. Good, good. For the pillar of the mountain to retain this stability even after so many centuries of orcs' degradation seems a marvel to me. But perhaps it should not surprise me so, for I feel the presence of some enchantment upon the mountain home. An enchantment that preserves it from orcish abasements. Have you not noticed the remarkable resilience of the walls of Gundabad? An unwillingness to suffer the marks of orc filth? That may be so, but still the orcs have lived beneath the mountain for many years, and the refuse in which they dwelt may hold useful information for those seeking to combat them. Scour their homes and persons in Deepscrave for useful records, and bring them to me when your search is done. Durshulot, Durshulot, and Durshulot. Yeah. Just gotta go to Durshulot, it seems. But before we go back to Deepscrave, we can actually try. Well, not try. We can actually go to the Steepset and get going with the next jewel for the throne. And maybe we'll be able to complete all of this today as well. That would be really interesting. That would be really great. Maybe we can hit level 134 before the end of today's episode. That would be really great too. Making good progress in here.
Durin's folk shall endure, as we always have.
The secret Jewel of Abnâh. It has been found in the Deepscrave up on the crown of a greedy orc named Nakhauga, whose fingers on the sacred stone cannot be further allowed. I ask you to retrieve it. And I think Nakhauga, or however you pronounce his name, is also found in Durshulot. So we can do all this really quick. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be really good. Height, task item. That's a trophy. More trophies. Okay. For Náin. Really feel really bad for the guy, but it seems he has learned a valuable lesson, so made serve him well, and make his beard grow back. We'll see. So yeah, the northwestern approach to Durshulot is this one. God, let me jump in here. Can I jump in here? I should be able to jump in here. Yeah. With a roar of anger, a ferocious orc rushes to attack. You don't belong here. Neither do you. Record of takeover. Okay. Let's see this. You found a record of the Frost War takeover. Can we read it? I know what you were thinking, Kurzik, but we didn't have a choice. Our numbers were already depleted in that battle, and without Bolt to lead us, what were our folk to do? Fight on? Some did, and died. The rest fled to fight again, and it seemed our time had recently come at last, but it was a deception. You know what awaited us at that ill-fated battle before the gates of that mountain? Death and defeat, unexplainable failure. Now we huddle in the bridges, squabbling with each other as if we were no better than goblins. Goblins! I tell you, Kurzik, this may be Gorgar's dwelling in exile, but Shakajat would suit it better. Shakajat. What's Shakajat? What's that the name for? I don't know. Fighting sappers again. Why do you have to do this to me? There we go. Among the papers you find a diary containing goblin scribbles. Let's see. Tricky weather today in the bridges. Still angry about my missed chance. I lived over the pit my whole life, but does that matter to anyone? Does that matter to Gorgar? No, it don't. He could have chosen me, Shakag, and maybe then I'd have the life I deserve. Well, he'll regret it somehow. Somehow. Weather settled down a bit. I had a good spot near the fire today, but a great oaf kicked me in the side and I had to leave it in a hurry. Later I saw him cleaning his teeth with one of his finger bones I found in that bug nest. That wasn't mine. Creaky weather's back, worse than usual. Saw the oaf again today, trying to think of a way to kill him without anyone knowing. If Gorgar picked me, I could do it easily. Still angry. Have to be careful someone don't get me first. Yeah, nothing useful on that diary, it seems. Okay, yeah, here we have the summoning horn. For now, Nakhauga. Come on. You know you wanna fight me, yeah. Yeah, seriously, this is not a good time for lagging. There we go. The greedy orc attacks. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Nakhauga. Who dares disturb Nakhauga? Well, I do. Defeated Nakhauga. And retrieved the Jewel of Abnâh. Awesome. That was... This is one of the simplest jewel quests. So we just gotta go back to the Steepset now and add it to the throne. I think I'm gonna do that before we go back to Durin. Sounds like a plan. Awesome. There we go. Ah, come on. Okay. Come on. Do it. An enraged orc bellows with fury and moves to attack. Gazrak. He's the one that wrote the first diary, Litany of Complaints. Let's see. Litany of Complaints. You found a litany of orcish complaints. Let me see. Gazrak. Yeah, this is the guy. So, what has he here now? Listen to me, Gazrak. Things should have gone differently. Shakajat is the place for Gorgar. He is by right, as it was for his father and brother, but ever since the hobgoblins arrived. Let their allies among the manfolk inflict 9 poxes upon them, and a tenth should the first batch go unnoticed. They get the best grog, the freshest meats, the choicest places to sleep. Bah! Now we are reduced to quarreling with the goblins among the bridges for such things, and each one second rate at best. It could go on and on. You didn't hear this from me, but if Gorgar cannot find victory without the dragon and her hobgoblins, maybe he isn't as fit to lead as we thought. At least Mattock went down fighting an enemy and was not slain by an accumulation of insults and indignities inflicted by his supposed allies. Dhúrstrok. Which one of these two? I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I think this record of takeover. I don't know which one of those two documents is supposed to go first. But well, here we have this exchange between Dhúrstrok and Gazrak. They're talking about Sakajat, and I don't know what that place is, but maybe Durin can tell us a little bit more about it. But before we do so,
our need is dire.
I do wanna return to the Steepset first and add the second jewel to the throne. Making really good progress here in Gundabad. That's amazing. Alright. The Steepset. Oh. No. Let us go. Alright, so here we have the second stone. Added the Jewel of Abnâh to the throne of Caesar Nesat. Looking good, right? Looking really good.
Have you a moment?
I thank you for retrieving the Jewel of Abnâh, one of the 7 sacred jewels of Caesar Nesat. I have spent so long studying the meaning of these gems, but to finally see this one restored lightens my heart and fills me with a happiness I find difficult to explain. How blue shines the light reflecting from it. This gem symbolizes the grand traditions of the Dwarves and reminds us to remember the places from which we came. The return of this jewel will undoubtedly boost the spirits of all who see it, letting them know the rightness of our cause. The mountain home welcomes we who come back to it. Awesome, yeah. Looking really good, the throning here. Making good progress, you and I, Rísti. We just gotta go back to Durin, turn in this quest with him, see what he has to say. Hit level 134. Oh my god, we made a lot of progress today. That's amazing.
Durin's folk shall endure.
No, I can use my master. I don't need to spend my money on you. No offense, but I can do this on my own. Lots of people there at the Steepset, as you can see. Well, it's the current endgame area, the current endgame hub, so it checks out. Well, that and the mission givers for delvings, but still a lot of people here in Gundabad, and it's so exciting. Finally being in a location where you can find lots of other players, like feeling we are finally getting ourselves into the action, well, we're reaching the end game, and that's exciting too.
You found a great deal of information among the dwellings of the orcs, I see.
I shall peruse this as soon as I am able. I am not accustomed to so much reading, and in such a pleasant orcish handwriting, no less. Still, I am sure there will be information of use within these papers, and I thank you for finding and delivering them to me. Trausti arrived suddenly and called for your attention. I beg you excuse my interruption, Prince Durin, but I bring urgent words for Beriathan. My student, Eskil has been captured by orcs. Awesome! Here we go. Level 134. What else do we got here? Nothing else, it seems. Yeah. That was basically it. It is my fault. I thought in my company the lad would be safe, and the experience would teach him a wealthy caution while venturing in orc-controlled caverns, but I was wrong. We were on the bridge that extends northwest of the Bergbeam when a party of orcs attacked and overwhelmed us. I called for Eskil to shelter behind me, but in all the tumult I lost track of him. When I managed to get clear, the orcs were gone, and my student with them. Trausti wrings his hands in frustration. I also lost my axe during the fighting, the axe in which the golden tooth of my dear friend LOTRO was embedded. Will you help me rescue the young novice and find my cherished axe? If you agree, I will meet you back in Deepscrave when I have recovered a replacement weapon. Bah, no axe can replace the one I have lost, but one must serve. Poor guy, lost the student, lost his memory of his friend. Meet up with Trausti on the northwestern side of the Bergbeam in Deepscrave. We can use our milestone skill again. Yeah, that checks out. We will just map back to Deepscrave. As you see here, the Legacy of Durin has a lot of back and forth between the Noble Gate and the Deepscrave, and that's kind of weird, but it felt more natural to me completing everything in Deepscrave the first time we came in here as there were not that many quests and each one took you to the next location. It was a really nice flow of questing here in Deepscrave. If you find your way around the place, it really goes by really quick. So it really didn't seem right going back to the Noble Gate, having so many things left to complete here in Deepscrave. But that means that, as you have seen today, we had to come back here a couple of times to be able to complete all the different things that we had to do. Here we have Trausti. Well, I think this has got to be enough for today. I'm not sure what he's gonna tell us. And of course, rescuing Eskil is a priority, but that will have to wait on for the next episode. For the time being, though, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.